Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about how to go about holding your drumsticks properly. Now this is my approach, so I'm going to do my best to cover how and where to hold a drumstick, and we're going to talk about what the fulcrum point is and how you can take advantage of that. But before we go on, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Let's keep it rolling. Now, before we go on, I just wanted to clarify that there are hundreds of brands and different models of sticks. They accommodate different styles of drummers for different styles of music that they play, so there really isn't a right or wrong stick. Whichever stick that you do choose, just make sure it feels right. If you do feel that something feels off, if you feel like you are maybe getting too much calluses, you might want to maybe try a different size or something. This all comes to personal feel, trial and error, because in my experience, the first pair of sticks that I started out with are definitely not the current pair of sticks that I have right now. And what I mean by that, I mean there really isn't a right or wrong stick. For example, the sticks I use are Vic Firth's SD1 Generals. Now, for some experienced drummers that are out there maybe watching this, they might think that's a bit of a thick stick to be using, especially on set. But like I said, it all comes down to personal preference, you know. I've seen some drummers use very thin sticks for the heavy stuff, and you know what? Different strokes for different folks. So let's learn the different sections of a stick. So you already know, this is the tip. Alright, this is the butt of the stick, and this is the taper of the stick, right here. This little angle that you see right there, that's the taper. So we got tip, taper, body of the stick, and the butt of the stick. Now before I go into detail on how to hold your sticks and explaining what the fulcrum is, I just wanted to give you a general idea on how to hold your drumsticks. Really pretend that you are holding an ice cream cone. The reason why I'm bringing up that analogy is because with an ice cream cone, you do have a firm grip on it, but you're not squeezing it obviously, and your grip isn't too loose to where, well, of course, you drop your ice cream cone. So kind of keep that in mind. So what is the fulcrum point on a stick? The fulcrum point is the best balance point on the stick, really. Think of a seesaw when you were a kid playing with your friends and you were on the seesaw. You know, it's in the middle so that you guys can go back and forth. It's almost the same on a drumstick, but you need to find it, and I'm going to show you how. So the fulcrum point on a stick is pretty much the perfect spot where you get the most rebound out of your stick. That's the fulcrum point on your drumstick. When you find it, you're going to get a lot of rebound out of it. And let me show you. So what we'll do is we're going to take your index finger and your first line right there. I want you to place your stick right there and cradle it. Like so. Alright? Now, snare drum or practice pad, whatever you use, as long as it has some kind of rebound surface, if you were to place it too far back, and I'm not going to actually put my thumbs or my other fingers, I'm just going to do that, just cradle it right there on that first line of my index finger. If I were to go back here, right now it's kind of far back. If you notice, I didn't get too many rebounds, and the stick just kind of dies. If I go too forward and I try to go back, there was some sort of rebound on there, but not too much. Let me go a little bit lower. I got quite a bit of rebound there. And let me show you where that was. And on my Vic Firth stick, that's going to be between the H and the Vic Firth flag right there. So, right after that, I just want you to take your thumb and place it right there. Alright? Now look at this. If I were to go back and forth like a seesaw, and I'm not gripping too hard, I'm getting constant rebound. If I were to go back, yes, I'm getting a rebound, but it's not controlled, and I'm only pulling this off because I'm using my shoulder and elbow muscles all the way up, as to where if I were to go back to my fulcrum point, I'm honestly just using my index finger and my thumb and just rocking it back and forth like that. Give that a try. After you practice that kind of back and forth seesaw motion at the fulcrum point with your drumstick, go ahead and just wrap your fingers, not too hard, like I said, like you're holding an ice cream cone, very gently. You're not gripping it too hard to where feels like you're crushing the stick in your hand, and also not too loose to where the stick drops. So, do that seesaw, and then with your other 3 index fingers, actually, that's the motion that I use to get stronger, powerful rebounds, like this. Now, let's go on to the next thing. Now you might be aware that there are a few stick positions. There's traditional, there's German, French, American grip, and you're probably wondering what those are. Let me show you what those look like. This is traditional grip. Some people call this the OG style of playing drums, but this is what traditional grip looks like. So this position, palms down, and actually both my left and right hand are identical, palms down. This is actually called matched grip. It is also known as German grip, since the palms are down, and what this enables you is to have some power behind your stroke. This is French grip, and what this looks like is wrists are slightly turned, thumbs are up, and what this enables you is to have a little bit more finesse, speed, and slightly some power behind your stroke when you play French grip style. And this grip right here is American grip. It's in between French and German grip, if you notice. And if you remember, German is palms down and French is thumbs up. So American is right in between there. That's my preferred style of playing. And what that enables me is kind of have the best of both worlds. Power, finesse, and speed. After a while, try this. Exercise each one of your fingers. Right now I'm using my index and my thumb. Now I'm going to add my middle finger. Now my ring finger. Now my pinky. You see my wrist? You really don't see my whole arm moving. It's just from my wrist down. You don't want to play into your drum. You want to play off of it. You want to let the rebound do all the work. And your fingers are just there to bring it right back. And here's my approach of what it looks like when you adapt the fulcrum, the American grip, and you also stay relaxed and focused and just slowly start. This is what it looks like. sped up. A little bit more sped up. A little bit more sped up. One key point I'd like to mention when it comes to learning how to strike your drum is stay relaxed. Stay relaxed. Stay fluid. You don't want to tense up, because then you have your bigger muscles tensing up, and that all connects to your smaller muscles, which could then maybe lead to bad habits. And also what we don't want to develop is pain and then maybe some long-term injury. That's what we don't want. If you feel that something isn't feeling right, take everything that I had mentioned in this video and try to adjust accordingly. Thank you guys for joining me in today's video on how to properly hold your drumsticks. If you learned anything today, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you know the next time I upload the next video. See you in the next one.